Welcome to Unplugged with the Jeevans.
Jeevan!
I'm Shania Jeevan.
And I'm Sudarshan Jeevan.
This is episode 1 Red Flag Friday. Do you think early dating red flags? Like, name a few.
Speaking about your exes to your current date, I think that's very
So, like,
irrelevant.
on a date, if they speak about their exes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like on a first date, you talk about things, life or mutual likings and everything, and then suddenly you start talking about your exes. I think that's a bit too fast.
But what if someone asked you about?
If the person asks you about it, then sure, go ahead, speak about it. But I don't think that is a topic to be spoken on or discussed about in the
Okay.
first meet.
What about like when people talk bad about their ex? Do you feel like men do it more than women or women do it more than men?
Well, I only date women, so when I went on a date, like a couple of the dates that I've been on, they have spoken about their exes and they have spoken bad things about their exes, and it wasn't a question that I even asked to
Okay.
begin with.
So that's like red flag.
Yeah, so I was
Okay.
like, it's a bit irrelevant now,
I feel,
but
but a lot of men, I feel, talk bad about their exes.
you think?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of men like to talk
Okay, so then I
badly
think we
about
can
their ex.
agree
Like they
that
can't like just move on from it. Like they need to say something.
they
Like
need
it's a
that
validation that
validation
they are right. Yeah.
in breaking up with that person. Okay, I think this is a very men and women equal kind of thing because you experienced it when you date men, and I was experiencing when I was dating women as well. So I think it's something that both genders do.
Yeah, exes.
They do it for validation.
Okay, so I feel like while early dating happens, there's a lot of love bombing from men.
I think that's true. Like men love to impress, like on the get go. Like they're gonna be buying you flowers, they're gonna be buying you chocolate, they're gonna bring you out on dates, they want to spend time with you, they want to do everything. So they love bomb
Like
on
full
full
on, like they
on.
go head on, like love bombing.
Yeah.
So
And once
that's
they
one.
secured the girl, they
Yeah.
feel that they don't need to continue on
Yeah, they
dating.
don't need to continue those things.
But if you put an expectation up there, and if you are giving your 100, you have to maintain it.
Yeah, you can't go like 20%
You can't just
after
like,
that.
oh, after you secure the girl, then you like drop.
Yeah, which a lot, I feel like a lot of men do that.
Which is true because I think a lot of men do that because they get too excited, they're like super in love. But
But
then,
that also comes into needing a lot of attention. So either the girl needs a lot of attention or the guy is giving a lot of attention and then the girl gets used to it. And then when they get the girl, then they're like, oh, but why do you need so much attention?
yeah. But
You
I
know?
feel like, okay, I don't know if this is, maybe it's equally the same, but like girls require a lot of attention.
I don't think so.
Like, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you text me? I was waiting for you to call me. I was waiting for you to text me.
I don't think so. For me personally, I feel like I like my alone time.
I love my alone
You
time.
love your alone time. But at the same time, I feel like it's only appropriate, like when you're in a relationship, to just update the person, like, hey, I'm going out with my friends and whatnot. And, it's just like whether you're like with a group of friends, you just take a picture, like, hey, I'm with my friends, just drinking, blah, blah, blah. I feel like it gives the girls like a sense of like security. At the same time, it's like, okay, yeah, he's just out, he's just chilling, whatever.
Which is, okay, it's a
So
very valid point that you
then
brought
you
up.
just have your own time
But
to yourself.
here's the thing. For us men, we don't really think too much into it. Like, okay, like I will text you, hey, I'm going out to meet my friends for drinks. That's it. Right? But like sometimes girls are like, oh, which friends are you going to meet? Oh, what time are you going? What time you'll come back?
But don't
What are
you
you
think
going
guys also do the same thing? I feel guys also do the same thing. They like want to know, but don't want to know because they don't want to like seem like they're being too either controlling or if this is like the early dating stages, they want to know that you're exclusive with them and not like dating around.
Okay, I think in that sense, they want a sense of security that they're dating this person, correct? Men
But they
tend to
don't
forget.
openly mention
Yeah, but
that.
sometimes men tend to forget like these small important things are actually important when you're dating someone or in a relationship to be like, hey, going out with my friends, we're just going to have a few drinks and I'll be back by 11, 12, something like that.
I feel
But
like
they feel like,
they feel like they don't need to update
yeah, we don't
in
feel the
early dating
need to
stages.
tell, like, hey, I'm going to do this, hey, I'm going to do that. They don't feel the need to do it. But one thing that we feel is actually by just sending a text of, hey, I'm going to go out with my friends, would just ease the whole thing. Like there won't be any reasons to be arguing about or fighting.
But I feel like that's also more linked into when you're in a relationship compared to like dating. Most people don't really.
I think when you're dating, is that even a thing to be updating all the time?
I don't think
I
so.
also don't think so.
On like for me, I feel like it's
Until
more when
you're-
you're in a relationship
yeah.
compared to early dating, because why would you have a say in someone else's life? You're just
Dating the person.
yeah,
Just
you're
open
not
to dating
committed,
others.
you're not exclusive, yeah.
Yeah. Unless you are in a relationship or you're officially together, then yes, these kind of things is
Yeah.
understandable. But when you're dating and if somebody's like controlling you or asking your whereabouts or share your location or take a picture
I
and send
mean,
me,
I feel like
I think
that's
that's too
yeah,
much.
too much. That should be like reserved for just relationship and when you're exclusive with someone. So what about flirting with everyone? Now that's a very common thing that I have seen. You know, where like if you go on a date and then after that, you know, the guy wants to go meet his friends and then there are girls there, or like, you know,
But
they
okay, are
tend
we saying
to
this
flirt.
during the starting stages of
Yeah.
dating? But you're just dating the person, so why?
Because like if you're gonna be like, okay, you really want to just date one person and you want to try be exclusive with a person, unless both are mutually understanding of the situation that, oh, it's just a date and we're not exclusive with each other just yet, then I think it's fine. But at the same time, I feel like, why would you want to flirt in front of the person you're dating? Because that just makes your character look bad. Wouldn't you just reserve it for yourself and your friends?
I think this now comes to the point of like the maturity of the individual.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I feel like many people lack this maturity, but many of us also have it.
I feel like sometimes can be an issue is moving too fast in the early dating stages.
Yes, I agree 100%. I think that is one of the biggest red flags one should actually notice and see. Because if the person is moving too fast,
which is like from, you know, that love bombing, and then they move too fast. They're like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. But you just,
I feel like if you're dating someone, right, it has to be at least minimum a month before you can even decide, actually, hey,
I mean,
should we
we know a lot
continue?
of people who moved really fast, you know, in
And it just turns
relationships.
out to be awful. Because if somebody's moving that fast, they're going to move out of it that
Equally
fast.
fast, yeah.
So
I agree.
I think
What
that's a red
about
flag.
if someone was like hiding their phone on a date?
Hiding their phone?
Meaning like, okay, you have your phone and then you just like,
Okay, I don't think that's a red flag.
okay, because it could be taken as like either you want to be like engaging in the conversation and you want to like pay attention on the date, or it could be like you have a ton of messages from other girls and you just don't want your date to see. Have you done it before?
I always turn my phone upside down because I don't want to get distracted on the date.
Okay.
It's not like I'm hiding anything. It's just like I think when you have a message coming in or whatever, you tend to focus on that.
Telling them your boundaries, do you consider that as a red flag?
Oh no, I don't actually think that's a red flag. I think that's being respectful by telling them like, hey, you know what? I'm a person who doesn't like this. I think it's respectful if like you tell me yours, I tell you mine.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I feel like it's important to set your boundaries, because I think also when someone starts setting their boundaries, you know that they're a mature person. They've been through certain situations that they're able to set boundaries for themselves. And I think that is something that is
It also
commendable.
shows how you carry yourself. That means you actually respect yourself.
Yeah, enough to have boundaries.
Enough to have boundaries to tell the person, hey, you know what? These are my boundaries. I'd appreciate if you respect them, and I'll respect your boundaries. Then when somebody actually tells me something like that, right? I'm like, wow, I love the maturity in that, and like I think that is something beautiful.
Next up, let's talk about when you're in a relationship, the red flags, because that's usually when all the red flags come out. Don't you agree?
Yes.
So what about when you give silent treatment? Because I'm usually a person, if I'm angry, I just keep quiet.
I'm also a person when I'm angry, I just keep quiet. But I keep quiet because I need to calm down.
I keep quiet because I'm angry and I just don't want to talk.
Yeah, so like you need to calm yourself down before you speak.
So would you agree that we both have that red flag?
Yeah, okay. If somebody thinks that is a red flag, then yes, I agree. But it's not like a silent treatment where I don't address the issue. I will address the issue, but I need time to calm down before I address the issue, because I notice this a lot. Okay, like speaking to friends and everyone, men, we tend to keep quiet when, like, say there's an argument or whatever, we tend to keep quiet first and we're like, okay, you know what? Let's talk about this tomorrow. But girls are the type where they're like, no, let's discuss this now. Let's clear the air now. Let's finish whatever this is. Like, they want to clear it there and then, but they don't understand that sometimes men, they just want to push this aside, become calm, and then speak about it because they don't want to throw words. They don't want to be rude.
I feel like, I don't know if that's like all men, because for me, sometimes I feel like I want to like just not talk and then I'll talk about it the next day. But I feel like certain guys I've been with, they want to discuss the matter then, but I'm too angry to discuss it at that moment. And when I like suggest like, okay, you know what, I need my time, I need to like cool down, I'll talk about it later, but they insist, and that's when I get even more angry. I think the general concept of silent treatment is you don't address the issue and you just you just act like it doesn't happen.
Silent
Never
treatment
happened.
is actually like a form of regression.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So I was reading something and it said like silent treatment is a form of regression where people just use it as a weapon. Because when somebody is like giving you a silent treatment, you feel bad about it, then you feel guilty, then you feel like maybe you did something wrong, and then you tend to apologize to the person. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, I think
Understandable.
if it's a silent treatment where you don't actually address the problem, then yes, that's a huge red flag.
What do you think about jealousy disguised as love? I think there's many people out there that actually do that, men and women.
I have a friend who's a girl.
Yeah.
She's like my best friend. We are super close and everything. She finds a partner and she is in a relationship. Then her boyfriend will tell her, hey, don't be friends with him because I don't trust the person. What, maybe the person loves you, maybe the person likes you, whatever, this kind of shit. You get what I mean? It's like, why can't a girl and a guy be best friends, but then still have your respective relationships? Because if you think that I want to take your girlfriend, your now girlfriend, isn't it a bit dumb? Because I've known your girlfriend before you knew her.
Yeah.
I would have done that before.
True.
So your insecurities should not be a reason why that person shouldn't be talking to me. And for partners who actually like listen to their boyfriend, girlfriend, I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry, I don't think I can continue this relationship because my partner doesn't like it. I think it's a bit dumb. Like, you are dumb. Because you know that girl first, you know that guy first. You guys became friends. If y'all really loved each other, y'all would have dated then. Why is it when you go into a relationship, then only I want to date you, or then only you want to date that person? Correct? Yeah, so I think that kind of jealousy is a red flag.
Okay, next up, I feel another red flag in relationships is when people weaponize trauma.
Yes.
I feel like that's a red flag because there are times where certain trauma does come back, not to say it doesn't. Some people do face that, but a lot of people tend to use like trauma as a weapon in relationships. I've seen that like even whether it's with men or not, they'll be like, oh, I went through this whole breakup, blah, 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 whatnot. And, if you came earlier than that, that's when we would have dated, or I would have been with you because of that. Like, they drag the whole situation to unnecessary things.
I agree.
There are also red flags where I feel, I don't know whether women do this a lot or men do this a lot, or maybe both equally do this a lot, is constantly lying. They constantly lie about their life. Whether it's the past or things that they are doing with friends, whether they're going out. Like in relationships, I think we see a lot on TikTok as well. When people are just out there like talking about, oh, my partner like this, like that, whatever, and is lying about. There's a lot of lies in the relationship, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like when you can detect that your partner is lying to you, you should tap out. Because once they're comfortable lying to you, they're going to constantly keep lying to you. It becomes a habit. It becomes something they just automatically default doing,
And another red flag I feel is this one. I feel like it's one of the major red flags in a guy that I see is public humiliation of your partner. And they do it as a joke.
Huh?
Yeah. So
I've never seen that.
You've never?
No.
So guys like to do this thing where, I mean, not all guys, obviously, like even people I've dated has done that, where they like to humiliate you in front of their friends.
Oh.
I'm sure you would have.
Okay, yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah,
with a
which
friend.
you consider not just like, I mean, yes, it's friends in a public environment. You get what I mean? So I notice a lot of men like to do that.
Yeah.
I don't really see women doing that because I feel like women usually try to, you know, if they are
Save
maybe
the
if
face
they
of the
are,
man,
yeah,
lah.
they try to save the face of the man, whether it's like in a family gathering or whatever. If the guy is maybe not doing so well, they try to like, you know, build him up a bit more and just try to like save his face that way. But guys, I've seen many that like to humiliate their girlfriend in front of friends, like
Yeah.
like many times. You know,
I've-
even I've been in that kind of situation.
I've seen it before, and
And
I
everyone
literally
gets
got
like
caught off
so
guard.
awkward.
Yeah,
Everyone's
it
like,
gets so awkward.
what's going on? Like, okay, like how do they react? Like you don't only put the person you're dating or, you know, in a relationship with in an awkward situation, you put your friends also in an awkward situation, and they don't actually care about it, you know. And they continue to do this, and I feel that this is one of the major red flags in a guy, which
And I
hate.
think, right, if anybody who's facing this in their relationship, you should really reconsider the relationship because
Yeah.
it's honestly not fair because you know your partner is doing this to you, but if you accept it by continuing the relationship, you're just giving validation to the person, like, you know what, hey, I'm actually okay with this.
Yeah, when
Continue
you
doing it.
when you actually don't react or you don't address that issue, your partner thinks that you're okay with it, which even if you're not, they
No,
don't.
even if you were to address it to them and then they still do
And
it.
then they do it again, then yes, you need to reassess your relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you address it and you're like, you know what, I don't actually like this, and they stop, then that's a different thing. So yeah. What would you say are the red flags today in modern dating?
I think firstly it's ghosting. I think it becomes socially acceptable.
Have you done this before?
I've done it in my early
But
early
in the
stages of my
modern-
life. In the current day and age, no, I don't do that. I think it's very disrespectful.
Mm.
First of all, I don't like to be disrespected, and I would never disrespect another person. But I think ghosting has become so socially acceptable that it's actually quite jarring. Like, people think it's fine to actually ghost someone. You shouldn't do that, you know? Like, if you don't like someone.
So what are the limitations for that? Like, where would you like, you know, draw your line and be like, okay, you know what, I can't deal with this person and how they're talking, so I'm ghosting.
So I feel
So
like,
when is it okay? And
okay,
when is
say
it not
now I'm
okay?
dating somebody, go on a date, we meet, we discuss, we talk and everything. Based on the first date, you can tell whether this can move, like progress or doesn't progress. Okay, maybe on the first date, you don't want to hurt the person. You just say like, hey, okay, sure, meet up soon, blah, 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 blah. But maybe when you go back or you feel comfortable enough, you should tell the person, hey, you know what, XYZ, thank you for the date. It was really nice catching up with you over this meal and blah, 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 blah. But I just realized that I don't think you and I work, or maybe we don't vibe, or you just be honest and tell the person what you feel, and you can move on from it. When you ghost someone, it just shows how disrespectful of an individual you are because you are not brave enough to actually come and tell the person how you actually feel.
So, anyways, another red flag I feel in modern dating is situationships.
Oh, which is so common nowadays.
I think that's the most common thing right now is situationship.
I think situationship is the most dumbest shit ever.
But
because
everyone's
why
doing
are
it.
you going into a situationship?
Because they don't want commitment. People are afraid of commitment. So situationship is that you get the benefits of everything without committing. And I feel a lot of men are in situationships.
I can tell you this, that a lot of girls also prefer like these friends with benefit kind of a thing. Yes. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I've heard stories and I've told people that I don't think this is the right thing to do. But you know why people do this? One is they fear commitment. Two, because they fear commitment, they just decide like, hey, you know what?
I don't think it's also only the fear of commitment. Fear of commitment can be one aspect of it. Another aspect of it, I feel, is they get bored easily and they need a change of partner.
And they like
That's
the
what I feel.
convenience
The
of it.
convenience of it all is that it's
The
not a
reason why somebody
relationship.
goes into a situationship is also because of the convenience. Because you know what?
And not only
If
that,
I don't like you and I
yeah.
don't feel like we vibe anymore, I'm going to move to the next one.
Yeah, but
I
also,
still get all the benefits.
Yeah, you get all the benefits of a relationship. At the same time, you're not committed, so you can just like split and go your own way. And if anyone like was to say like, oh, how could you do that? You could just say like, but we weren't in a relationship. It's the most easiest thing to say today. And at the same time, when they are bored of you, or you have a disagreement or something, they can just move on and go like it's nothing. And a lot of men move on like that, like it's the most easiest thing.
And that is the biggest problem of today's dating. Because people like convenience, but they also fear commitment. So when you have both of these, how are you going to find the right person for you?
Yeah, which
When you are 35, 36, then you
which
realize,
today it's honestly,
hey, I don't want situationship
no,
anymore.
but no, even 35, 36, I know some people that even at 35, 36, whether they are married or divorced, they prefer situationships. Even while being married, they prefer situationships because they want to have fun with other people.
That is true. That we've seen with people,
yeah, many times.
which we totally disagree, but your life, your choice.
What about double standards in dating?
Double standards in dating is a red flag. Indeed.
Like men must pay for a date.
Yeah.
But I feel like men should be actually
okay,
paying on
men.
the dates.
Okay, fine. Men can pay on the date for the date and everything. I personally believe that men should pay on the date and everything. But like I told you, you don't let the men pay for the date. You eat nicely. You take away the food.
That's the whole point, right?
Well, you take away the food and then you ghost the person. That is not fair, what? And then like woman wants to be treated equally, which we are in today's day and age. Men and women are equal. There's no such thing as man is better than woman, woman is better than man. No, we all are equal. So, okay, the man is paying for the date. He's initiating, he's paying for the date and everything. Isn't it just respectful for you to even just like, hey, do you want to split the bill? Of course, most men will say no, but
it's the
thought, like, hey,
the thought that counts.
Yeah, I went on a number of dates, and only 2 actually told me like, hey, let's split the bill, or like, we'll share the bill, Like, why?
I find it funny that the person did a takeaway also.
Yeah, and she's a doctor.
Maybe she's hungry lah. After that,
She has money, so why are you doing that?
Maybe she's going to the hospital after that, OT, tired, need some extra food to fuel the energy.
Yeah, so like that was the day that I went on, and like she didn't even offer to pay. She didn't even say a word, She just waited for the bill to be paid, and I paid for the bill, and she asked the waiter to take away the food. And then I was like,
maybe
okay,
she don't want to waste food, like.
Okay, great. You don't want to waste food, lah.
Children around the world
But
going.
her attitude was disgusting. So
date over.
When people have or keep backup options, what do you think about that?
I think that is a red flag, definitely.
I think a lot of people these days.
A lot of people
are doing that.
I think it's so common because number one, it's either you can't trust the man because he's in situationships, or you don't know what's happening in the background. And if you reach a certain age and you're not getting married or not serving that life purpose, you kind of have backup plans just in case this goes wrong.
And I think girls also are like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen a few. I know a few who have backup options because they're like, in case this one tak jadi, okay, we can move to the next one. For what? Be 100% focused. If it doesn't work, move on to the next one. It's as simple as that. But you're using this person for this, you're using that person for that.
Do you think social media obsession is a red flag in modern dating? Like they want to post everything that happens in their life. Like, you're in a relationship, they want to like, or if you're dating, they want to post like the food, like, your hand.
That's like, what they call it nowadays? What? It's called...
soft launching.
Yeah.
Soft launching. Do you think soft launching
launching your partner
is like a red flag? I don't know. I don't think it's a red flag. So. I wouldn't consider it a red flag. Yeah. But if you guys consider it a red flag, then leave a comment down below and tell us why you think it's a red flag.
I personally don't think it's a red flag. Also, people say not posting your partner is a red flag. I don't agree to that. Honestly, I think because of the evil eye and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I used to, and then I stopped, and then I don't post my partner at all on social media because I'm like, until there's a ring on this finger, that's when you'll be posted. Till then, no. Thank you very much. Bye.
I agree.
Friendship red flags. This is your favorite topic, I think.
Yes. because I've gone through friendship
He's gone
like
through like
nobody's business.
the amount of red flags in a friendship, and I think you have tahan so much that I think you're the one who has to talk about it. What do you think about friends that only call you when they need something? You've had that happen to you.
I have that.
I mean, I've also had that happen to me.
If you call me because you want something, please end the call before I end the call. Because I'm not going to rely on this kind of shit anymore.
No, but you have, right?
I have. I've been that friend where I give money for them to do a lot of things. Like, hey, I need money for this. You think you can help me? I'm like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll help you. Just do it. I don't even ask the money back. Because, okay, our biggest red flag is we don't know how to ask our own money back.
That's our red flag in friendships. We
whoever
don't
takes
ask
our money,
yeah.
we don't ask it
But
back.
at the same time, the biggest red flag for me is a friend who asks for money. Like,
yeah.
I think the moment someone asks me for money, I kind of just I mentally already cut them off already.
Yeah, same. Before we weren't like that.
Yeah.
But after going through a lot of experiences,
like I just can't.
Even if it's a very close friend who asks me for money, I'm like,
I mentally just like
sorry.
Shut it off already. Friends that like to embarrass you publicly or amongst other friends in a public social setting.
I've never been a subject of that, but I have witnessed this a lot. I think in every friend group there'll be that one.
There is always that one Bali Ade there.
Yeah.
I always feel every friendship group has a Bali Ade
person who everybody makes fun of, and everybody But I don't think this is something which we should accept, because yes, you can make fun of that friend once, but if it's a constant thing, I don't think that's right, because you put that person in a very awkward place or in an awkward
I think it
situation
also depends, because like for me, like in my friend groups that I've had, if like my friends disturb me too much, I already put a full stop there.
Yeah, but there's some people who don't do that.
Like if I don't like it, I'll be like, stop. Like, I don't appreciate it, and then they stop, and then they know like, oh, you know what, I'm not gonna like say anything about her or whatever.
But I think if it's something which is very consistently done.
But it's very common in friendships. Some people are just okay with it because they're like, oh, okay, it's not just one person getting like basically bullied, but it's a back and forth banter. I think that's,
if it's banter, it's
fine.
I
think that's like
but
fine.
If you're putting down somebody to make a joke out of it, no, that's
but I feel like if you're using someone's insecurities as a joke, like in a public setting or with friends, then I think that's not okay. Because either they have confided in you about their insecurities, is obviously how you know, but to use that as a weapon against them, I think that's unfair. Fake friendships.
Fake friendships, yeah. Another one I think is one-sided friendships. One person is making the initiative to call or text or make plans, and all you just have to do is yes, no, but you don't put in the effort.
Yeah, I think one-sided friendship sometimes is annoying because like you're the only one making the plans, and then the others just like, oh, okay, yes, I can make it this day or I can't make it that day.
Yeah, which I don't like. So if I had a one-sided friendship, I would just cut the person off. Because end of the day, no point carrying the
just cut everybody off. You just
I will cut people out. Like I've cut a lot of people out of my friend circle, and I do it for the peace of mind, because honestly, being in your 30s and if you have to deal with friendship drama, I think that's a bit too much.
I know, yeah. Sometimes in your 30s and people acting like they're in high school with the drama that they come up with.
If I don't see eye to eye with you, or if you don't see eye to eye with me, it's okay. We can walk away, like you go your separate way, I'll go my separate way. It's perfectly fine, because when you're older, you don't need 10,000 friends. Even if you have 3 good friends, that is more than enough.
I think I've also cut off a lot of friendships. Like even though I've been in like friendships for like many years, like can be 7-8 years, like you do shit to me, I'll just cut you off. Like then I won't feel guilty about it. You can come try talk to me, I'm just not going to entertain it. Like I've come to that point. I feel like I never used to be like that, but now I'm like that. I don't care. I don't have like, if you're my friend, I'm close to you and everything, I'm genuinely that person. But if you do shit, I'll just cut you off and I don't care already. Like I really just actually don't care about you and I don't think about you. I just move on in my life. So unless you want to like tell me that, oh, you know what, I'm sorry, blah blah blah, whatever, and you want to work on the friendship, then I'll give you a chance. But other than that, no, I don't care.
I think low maintenance friendship are the best, because
but low maintenance in what way?
Like which don't require much, like hey, let's meet up, let's go eat roti canai, let's go eat dosa, something like that.
You're not even a person who will go to the mama. So what do you mean eat roti canai? So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about each other's red flags. But first, we each have to describe our own red flags. Okay, so listen, you're starting first. You're going to tell what your red flags are, and I'm going to tell you whether I agree or not. Okay,
Okay.
so start.
Okay, so personally, I think my first red flag is that I have an OCD problem.
Is that really a red flag?
For people, it is
Oh,
because they feel like it's too much for them. Like you're so particular with
oh, that's
things.
true. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. We do feel yeah, like
y'all
that about
literally
y'all.
feel like that.
Yeah, yeah, we do feel that way about him at home. Yeah,
Another
that's true.
red flag
Thank
I
you.
think I have is that I micromanage.
Wow, I want to like clap for this moment because you actually
Acknowledgement is the first step to
being a better individual.
being a better individual. My third red flag is it's so easy for me to cut people out.
Cut friendships.
Cut friendships, cut relationships, cut family.
Yeah.
So like for me it's like the
It's like your,
slightest
but
thing
also
I will
I
cut.
wouldn't say it's too much of a red flag because I feel like nowadays, if you think about it now, I think protecting your own peace is more important.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if people would consider that much as of a red flag.
So yeah, I think these are the three that I have.
Only three.
Yeah. What do you think are the red flags that I have?
I feel your red flags, like you said, micromanaging. You tend to do that a lot with family members, us four. I mean, us three. Okay, and like I feel sometimes when you get angry or you argue with any one of us, we all just keep quiet because we don't want to create animosity, and you take that as we are scared of you. But we are. I feel like that's a red flag.
Okay.
Okay, and then I feel like sometimes you can be a red flag in a social environment because you don't like to talk to people.
Is that a red flag?
I feel like that's a red flag sometimes. When you don't like someone, like you just show it on your face.
Yeah, that's true. That's something I'm trying to work on, but it's really hard. But I'm
Because
working on
like I
it.
feel like to show it on your face, you really have to like really, really dislike somebody. But I feel like if you're like just okay, but yeah, you just don't like a person, you will show it automatically and then it becomes so awkward for the rest of us.
Yeah, okay, I agree. That is a red flag I have. Okay, Shania, what are your red flags?
Well, I just want to say I'm a green forest.
Uh,
Let me tell you why. Because I'm a Libra.
that's her defense mechanism.
No, no, no. It's not a defense mechanism. It's the truth. Okay? Because I'm a Libra, I'm amazing. I have no red flags.
I'm
Very
sorry.
accommodating.
You're too
Very
inspired
sociable.
by Cardi B.
Cardi B is right.
Okay, I think your red flags are
None.
a lot.
Excuse me. A lot. Excuse you.
Okay, the first one I think is you don't know how to say no.
Okay, yeah. That's
Like
true. But
in
now I know.
any and every situation you're in,
Yeah,
you
I
don't know
have
how
a
to say
problem
no.
with saying no.
Another red flag you have is you trust in people too much. Like you do not actually filter them out.
But do you really consider that a red flag? I just feel
Yeah.
like it's a personality trait or a
No.
character trait.
Well, a character trait which needs to be fixed because if you can't filter people out, you're just going to be made use of.
True, which now I think I'm better at it.
The third red flag is
The fact that you can list out red flags in another person, I feel that's a major red flag. Right there.
well, we are supposed to list it out.
Yeah, clearly you have like a lot of like red flags about
Yeah,
me. Like,
another red flag I feel is you are not open to discussion. If somebody says something to you and it's out of what you think, you tend to become very argumentative,
defensive.
defensive.
Well, like what? Example like what? Because if for me, if somebody else was to come up with some discussion and I don't agree with it, yeah, I'm going to be defensive about it. But that's my opinion, and I have the right to be that way.
Yeah, but not in every situation.
Because I feel in most situation I'm right.
Which is a red flag.
No, it's not.
You
It's
can't.
actually I think
No,
it
you
through and I'm
can't.
right.
You can't think that in every situation you're right because not in every. Not every
In
situation
most
we are right.
situations, I am right.
No, we can't think that way. That is a red flag.
No.
Yes, that is a liberal thing because you all literally do that. The three
You
of
know,
them.
the thing is in our household, the three, my mom, my dad, and myself are Libras.
And
then
they all think the same. And then I
yeah.
have to deal with all this because
No,
they.
but we're so amazing. We're like so fun. We're like jovial individuals. We rarely actually, uh, red flags. Very rare. It's like if you make
What
us
did
a
we
red flag,
say?
we'll be a red flag. I feel that's the case. If not, we're
No.
like a green forest. Honestly, I feel Libras are a green forest.
No. We are moving on from this zodiac sign defense
Agree to
mechanism.
disagree.
We'd agree to disagree, literally. Okay, so those are the red flags that I think that you have.
Some of it I would not consider a red flag. I just feel like, being too trusting or saying no, I feel like it's a character of someone because they don't want to come off as rude or mean to someone else, which yeah, it tends to, end up you being made use of. But if you can correct it, then I think that's fine. So I wouldn't say it's a red flag.
Okay, we shared our red flags. And we both either agree or disagree to it. But that's how we're rolling.
We're coming to the end of this podcast, all right? So just a quick little topic that we can just quickly talk about. Do you think girls ignore red flags in attractive men? Because I agree to that.
I think most people tend to
You
ignore.
like would guys
Yeah.
ignore red flags in attractive women?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think an attractive person has a trump card in dating because I only say this because they can look super good, so they feel they can do whatever they want. And when they have the confidence that they're actually that good looking or that pretty, then they believe that whatever they do, any person will just accept it because they just want to date that good looking person. I think that's how it is.
Well,
Sad to
maybe
say.
I think so. Like, if there's like attractive men, then I think I think it's just in the beginning. It will be in the beginning. Like once.
No, some girls
I
are
don't
like
think so
that.
because I feel like if I was to date like the super attractive man, I think at one point I'll be like, calm yourself down.
Yeah, that's because
this is the problem.
you've learned from past relationships or you've healed, so you have become a different person.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
now, if this is your first time dating a good-looking person,
Yeah,
you'll just tend to
maybe.
accept everything.
True.
You'll just
That's
be like,
where
oh,
like a
okay,
lot
sure,
like if they
yeah,
want an open relationship, you'll
then
have
you'll
an
agree
open.
to
Yeah,
it.
true.
If they're like, I don't want to have commitment, okay, fine, I'm also okay
Yeah,
with it.
you're okay
I
with
don't want
it,
to have
yeah.
kids, and you want kids, okay, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
You know,
true,
you
yeah.
tend to just accommodate to everything because you feel you cannot
But
get
at
anybody
the same
with that.
time, a lot of people who are truly in love with someone, whether the person's attractive or ugly or just basic, I feel like a lot of people actually do that. When they truly love somebody, they act the same way.
Yeah, maybe.
I think what we can conclude from this podcast is there's a lot of red flags in men and women equally. And
Just be
the fact that it's so common now and people are so accepting of other people's red flags and it's not really addressed and stopped, that people just continue with their red flags. So since people continue with these red flagged individuals, society has become very different from even just like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. That's what I feel. It's too common now.
I think if you can sense a red flag in a partner or in a friendship and you don't think that aligns with you, I think it's best for you to walk out. The best way to protect yourself is
Yeah, I think protect your peace is more important. Everybody has red flags, okay? But at the same time, only you would know what kind of red flags you can work with and which ones you can't work with. And that I feel defines the relationship then on. Anyways,
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you so much for watching the first episode of our podcast, Unplugged with the Jeevans. I hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to our channel.